البروتين، الحديد، عاش، وحش، الكلمات دي كلها بتيجي لوكشة مع بعض كده. بس النباتي توتو يا اختي كميلة انتي تشيلي حديد. يا ما سمعت الكلام ده، تحط صورك وانت بتتمرن يقولوا لك ده كلام فارغ، تجيب حد نباتي بيشيل حديد برضه مفيش فايدة. انا تعبت من الكلام ده، انا رايح اتمرن.
في عنا شي كم محل فاضي بالحصة الجاية، شو رأيك تيجي تحضرها معنا؟
لا بصراحة ماليش في كلاسات، أنا بحب أشيل حديد أحسن.
ليه ما تجرب؟ الكلاس ببلاش.
بلاش؟
Hey, go back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And outside.
كان ببلاش، الكلاس كان ببلاش.
ما طبعا يا اخويا دي اخرتها، عمال ترقص لي. انت لازم تيجي تتمرن معانا زي الرجاله كده وتسيبك من الهبل اللي انت بتاكله ده، نباتي وبلانت بيزد وبتاع ايه. تتمرن يعني بروتين. انت محتاج بروتين يا عم الحاج.
انت بس قل له هالحكي.
تتمرن يعني بروتين، بروتين يعني لحمه.
اهو ده بقى من اكتر الحاجات اللي بسمعها لما اقول لك انا نباتي. اكلك النباتي ما فيهوش بروتين كفايه، ما تقدرش تبني عضلات على اكل النباتات. مهما وريته صور لناس نباتيه معضله هيقول لك دي هرمونات. مهما قلت له ان مش الارنب بس اللي نباتي، لا ده الغوريلا والفيل والحصان والبقر اللي انت اصلا بتاخد منه بروتين، مش بتاكل لحمه. بس هو بقى هيطلع لك حاجه زي ايه؟ احنا بني ادمين بس دول حيوانات، والحيوانات مختلفين عننا، بس في نفس ذات الوقت مفيش فرق بيننا خالص وبين الاسد اللي هو برضه حيوان. صحيح اللحمه والفراخ فيها كل البروتين اللي انت محتاجه، لكن مع الحاجات دي انت بتدفع ثمن، وثمن غالي قوي. ممكن تجيب بروتين، بس ممكن كمان تجيبه بطريقه صحيه اكتر بكتير. النهارده هنجاوب على كل الاسئله دي، وزي ما قلت عايز تفضل تاكل لحمه وتتريق على النباتيين ماشي، انت حر، بس على الاقل تعرف انت بتاكل ايه وبتتريق على ايه.
ده كلام فارغ، احنا محتاجين بروتين.
There's a lot of issues with using meat as your primary source of protein.
ده جيمس لوميس، دكتور في قسم الباطنة في جامعة واشنطن، إلى جانب مناصب كتير تانية، بس أهم حاجة إنه كان الطبيب المعالج للرياضيين وفرق مشهورة جدا في دوري كرة القدم الأمريكية زي سانت لويس كاردينالز. يا ترى كدكتور متابع للأجسام المرعبة دي، هل بينصحهم بأكل اللحوم؟
As someone who's supervising the health of some of the most elite athletes in sports, what was your experience with their nutrition?
It was ingrained in these players that, you got to eat meat, you got to get this protein. And, what you see today now, every day you read about a new professional athlete who has switched over to a plant-based diet. And to a T, every single one of them says after they do that, their performance improves, and in particular the recovery. I think that's something that people need to understand, is the profound impact of the diet and your ability to recover from hard exercise.
Why are people so obsessed with protein, and why do they link it to meat?
Well, I think there's a lot of reasons for that. Part of it has to do with marketing. We've been told that you have to eat meat to get big and strong. You see it on commercials such as that. There's also a lot of, what I call bro science in the gym. That, I eat a lot of protein, I eat a lot of meat, and it made me big and strong, and so that's what you have to do. So it's modeling behavior that way, right? We've started to talk about what food's made out of, and that phenomenon leads to some crazy ideas. So, 20 years ago, we're worshiping carbs and demonizing fat. Today we worship protein, we demonize carb, but it's not. Carbs aren't the problem, fat's not the problem. It's the package that those things come in. And we don't talk about that anymore.
So what is wrong with the meat package?
Well, there's a lot of issues with using meat as your primary source of protein. It's very easy to overconsume protein, which creates its own set of medical problems. The other thing is, when we think about money, right? If you have extra money, you want to invest it for your future financial health, and you want to get the highest return on investment you can. That's how we should think about our calories, right? So when we ingest calories, when we ingest food, right? We should want to try to we're investing in our nutritional health going forward, or our performance. What's your nutritional return on investment for that? You get protein, and you get a little bit of fat. But what else do you get? How much fiber is 100 calories of meat, which is about, an ounce. There's none, right? How many antioxidants which are gonna help you recover from your workout session or the game or the competition? There's none. You get your protein from beans, right? What else comes with that? Beans have one of the highest antioxidant levels in any food. And we know that antioxidants help us recover from exercise because exercise creates oxidative stress, which creates muscle soreness and degrades performance and recovery after.
So some people say, why don't I get the best of both worlds? I have a balanced diet. I'll get my antioxidants and fiber from green leaves and vegetables, but I can also keep my meat so I can get the best source of protein.
So there are many long-term adverse health consequences with meat consumption. We know that red meat and processed meat is one of the leading risk factors for colon cancer, heart disease, diabetes. There's evidence that the saturated fat in the meat can impair vascular function, even in the short term. Within you eat a high-fat, meat-based meal, you will see endothelial dysfunction. So the endothelium is the lining of the blood vessel which controls blood flow. And for 6 hours after you eat a high-fat meal,
6 hours.
6 hours.
That's short.
That endothelial function, you get endothelial dysfunction, which potentially can impair blood flow to your muscles, which you need obviously when you're competing or working out.
لا الكلام ده ما يخش الدماغ.
يعني بدك تفهمني إنه فيك تكون عضلنجة على أكل الخضرة بس؟ إنه فيك تكون مثل هيدا؟
ها؟
ممكن.
هذا؟
طب اثبت لي الكلام ده.
It's a little excessive, huh?
Yeah, we just came to work out.
Okay.
طب بعيداً عن المبالغة دي، أنا أحب جداً أعرفكم على الكابل اللطيف ده، نيامي ديلجادو وبيانكا تيلر. الاتنين نباتيين فيجن. والله يا ترى بقى بياخدوا البروتين بتاعهم منين؟ نبدأ بنيامي، ده متسابق ومحترف في مسابقات كمال الأجسام وفيجن، نباتي خالص يعني. بيانكا برضو مدربة معتمدة وفيجن، نباتية هي كمان، ده غير إنها خبيرة تغذية معتمدة برضو في البلان بيس دايت. وعلى فكرة مش هم الوحيدين اللي نباتيين وبيلعبوا كمال أجسام، عندك كل دول.
Both of my parents are vegetarian. So I was raised on a lacto-vegetarian diet, which means that I did have dairy products, but no meat whatsoever ever entered my body. I went vegan about 4 years ago. Once I decided to make that switch to go fully vegan and fully plant-based, I actually gained more muscle. Just by introducing more plants, more fruit, more legumes, more beans.
Being vegan just really improved my life overall because that kind of spills into everything else that I do. It really benefited my mental health. I have a lot of mental clarity and focus now that I struggled with before. Well, surprisingly, my training improved because I was able to recover so much faster. So I could train more. I was able to train a lot more intense and just have better pumps in my muscle. And I was able to actually put on more muscle, get stronger.
I hear that a lot about the recovery. The recovery is much better. It's much shorter. Why is that?
Well, if you think about it from a bodybuilding perspective or any athlete, recovery is one of the most important aspects of training and progressing because if you take too long to recover, you can't train the next day because you're too sore. So whenever I went vegan, my recovery time went drastically down. And primarily, I think it's because of the inflammation that a lot of animal byproducts induce. So as soon as you cut out the inflammation and you introduce more fruits, more antioxidants, help reduce the inflammation, you can train more frequently, you can build muscle quicker, and you can get bigger, faster, and stronger.
I'm in recovery mode the whole time. I don't go to the gym. I just recover. As a normal person, you need 0.8 grams per kilogram body weight to maintain your protein needs. How much protein do you need as a bodybuilder?
Different athletes require different amounts of protein based off how much energy they put out for their sport. For a bodybuilder, obviously the goal is to build muscle, right? So you're going to have to consume a little bit more protein than your average person. So for me, I tend to consume about 1.8 to 2 grams per kilogram. Just to give you a reference, I weigh 180 pounds. I just shoot for about 150 grams of protein, and that's all I need.
As a woman in bodybuilding, and for the people watching you from the Middle East, and even here in America, a lot of women have a fear from lifting.
It's like,
Right.
it's gonna make me too big, and they have a fear of being vegan.
It's very common for women to be afraid that they're going to get too muscular because they want to still be, curvy and have like a feminine look to them. But really, lifting weights doesn't just automatically make you bulky. You have to really, really work for it. And you can create your body to whatever your goal is. So for me, I focus on lower body. I like to make my legs strong and focus on creating like an hourglass shape. And being vegan doesn't mean I'm going to be malnourished or, wither away. I'm able to maintain my curves and my muscles. So it's really just about what your goals are and how you train for them.
ايه رأيكم؟
لا صراحة إذا النباتي هيك نقلب نباتي حياتي.
هي الأخت الفاضلة نباتية برضو؟
راح اتمرن. So Nimai, for a regular guy who doesn't really do bodybuilding, how do you advise him to make the switch?
Well, I think the easiest way is to just take it one step at a time.
Yeah.
The best way to do it is to make one vegan meal per day. When you do that, you get used to making vegan meals. You understand what's available.
Yeah.
And then after you make that change, then you can make it 2 meals a day.
Yeah.
After a while, you can make it a whole day and then eventually an entire week.
Yeah, I'm just asking for the normal guy because as you can see, I can just like keep up with you. No, I'm not! All right, I'm done. ايه رأيكم؟
هناكل إيه؟
Hey guys,
Hey, what's up?
I get this question that keeps repeating itself every time I tell people to go vegan. What are we going to eat?
I got you. Okay, Bassem, so I'm going to show you exactly what we eat. I'm going to show you exactly how beautiful and how simple and how delicious the food is. So this is an example of a typical day of what we eat as vegan bodybuilders. This would be more of a breakfast food. It has quite a bit of protein. I would say about 20 to 30 grams of protein in this meal. We have a tofu scramble, which is almost like imitation eggs, along with some roasted potatoes and sourdough with avocado toast.
Okay, potato.
Roasted potatoes, no oil added, so just some spice, put it in the oven and bake it. And if you don't have access to tofu, what you can do is you can replace it with some other type of higher protein grain. Normally we do lentils or we do some type of beans. You can do fava beans. Fruit. We don't limit ourselves on fruit. Most people are afraid of fruit because they think it contains loads of sugar. But what they don't realize is that fruit contains many other beneficial nutrients and micronutrients, such as fiber. They contain antioxidants. So this is going to actually help you recover much quicker.
And then over here, we have some zucchini noodles with some vegan meatballs. And you can actually find recipes to make some at home. And the zucchini noodles are actually really low in calories. So even if you're trying to lose weight, you can eat like a big bowl of it. A Buddha bowl over here. So you have some rice and beans of different veggies, avocado, and you can mix it up depending on what kind of beans you like and what kind of green veggies you like.
Okay, and what's that?
This is a smoothie bowl.
So that's berries, bananas, and what's that?
It looks like it has flax seeds and some type of almond butter or peanut butter. So here we have a lower calorie version of tacos. So it has about at least 20 grams of protein with very few carbohydrates. So instead of having tortillas as the shell, we replace it with some type of leafy green. This reduces the amount of calories, but also increases the amount of micronutrients that you're getting. This also stuffed with cabbage, which is a very healthy food for your gut, which will help you with digestion. And you can stuff it with, here we have tempeh, but you can also use any type of beans. You can include salsa, you can include farro, or some type of grain to make this not only delicious, but also filling as well. Anybody hears the word soy, they automatically associate the phytoestrogens in soy with human estrogen. Most commonly in men, the concern is that if you eat soy, your testosterone levels will drop or you'll increase the amount of estrogen in your body. You'll get man boobs. You'll start to develop women-like tendencies.
So how do you prove them wrong? How do you tell them, hey, I've got enough muscles. This is what vegan muscles look like.
Well, normally, if they don't believe me, I just show them.
All right. That's muscles. That's what you get when you muscle. All right, so you're.
And if they still don't believe me,
then I really show them.
A little bit excessive, right?
He does that all the time.
امال فين حسن؟
حسن مين؟
يا عيني يا فوزين.
الكلاس كان ببلاش يا عم.
أنا عارف إن المعلومات صادمة حبتين، لكن ادخلوا على الموقع عشان تتعرفوا على النظام وتشوفوا الفيديوهات والمقالات اللي عليه. إحنا عايزينكم تشاركوا في تحدي 21 يوم وتنضموا لناس كتير قررت إنها تغير حياتها. افتكروا دايماً، أنتم مش لوحدكم.